You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose and welcome to Masters in Trading Live. Every day we get on here at 11 o'clock to go over the market and share our very best views. Now, I've been trading since 1997, floor trader from the pits of Chicago. I'm going to look at the market most likely a little bit different than most of you or where you've learned. I'm a big believer that the creative trader wins. We want to look at things different than everybody else. So that's why the trades take a little bit of getting comfortable with. There's a little bit of a learning curve. We got 4 topics today. The first topic, Kitty's back. Who's Kitty? Kitty is the game dude that went in front of Congress. Kitty's back. He wakes up, game's up 75%. Is there another squeeze? My guy Kramer, the last time we squeezed, he gave me a little tweet. I'm going to share that with you. And then we're going to look at our BHP copper trade. Let's head over to the screens because Kitty's back. Kitty's back. I think that's another Bruce Springsteen song. Here he is. Roaring Kitty is back. And with it, he's bringing his meme stocks, GameStop and AMC surge at the opening bell. Well, really, GameStop is surging. Game's up 75%. These are dangerous games, as we know. We've seen this happen once before. Some of you, I'm guessing most of you, aren't that familiar with me or weren't watching my content back in 2020, 2021. I started Masters in Trading back in 2015, and I started it with a really small group. It was mostly just high-level coaching. But what we noticed in 2020, early 2021, is the short interest on GameStop started to get above 100%. When the short interest gets above 100%, people are trapped. So this was something that I found and released August 10th, 2020. August 10th, 2020, we had our first game video talking about the short squeeze. August 31st, 2020, we had part 2. And then we had a bunch more of these videos that came out. Now, GameStop was all over the place, but did you know that JR here and Masters in Trading were the first ones to start talking about the game short squeeze? Now, of course, we didn't get the notoriety that the dudes on Reddit did, but nevertheless, we were sharing trades because game short interest was over 100%. Again, being a professional in the market, a stock can't sit there with short interest that high, especially when it has options actively traded on it. So we had this trade game. Give myself a little pat on the back because those members at the time were able to get in at 452. Here was my personal account at the time too, buying a 20 lot of game options. The trade price was for 84 cents. So that's going to be about $1,600 of risk in GameStop. The next video, we're up to 644. JR still has his 20 lot. He's up $5,000 at the time. But this is just the start because, as we know, Game started absolutely ripping. As Game traded higher, I shared the number one testimony that we had was from Mark here. Mark got himself in a credit for $567 in Game. By the time that squeeze was done, Mark was celebrating $13,000 that he now had in his trading account. So Kitty brings it back to our attention, but as my members will remember, we absolutely nailed this the last time it came around. This is a great trade. I jumped on this when you first posted. Thanks for the heads up. Boy, what a great video. Jonathan, how'd you find the short squeeze? Amazing. You are a genius. I ain't no genius. I've just been doing this for a little bit. Wow, congratulations. So very, very cool. I wanted to show you as much proof as I can because you guys at first glance are probably thinking, yeah, right, you didn't call the game short squeeze. You probably just jumped on. Sorry, friends. We did. Jimmy Kramer came out and says, wow, oh, that was actually what I said. Congrats, your game explanation was the best I read. Really told everyone what to do. Big money made, no sides taken. Just a heck of a lot of common sense. Once I saw that Kitty was back, I was super excited to share this, that we called the game short squeeze before Mr. Kitty did. Let's talk about game right now, because game up 54%. Actually, right now it's up about 75%. Closes in 86% of the time. It closes in its volatility, its expected move. Options price in an expected move every single 30 days. Some names do not stay within its expected move, but game is a very good listener, because 86% of the time, game stays within its expected move. That's not what's going on right now. Right now, guys, I have zero opinion about game. I wouldn't touch this with your enemy's trading account. It's a big nothing burger. We got no trades in game. Just wanted to go over that. MGNX. MGNX was a trade that we shared April 23rd. If you go onto the YouTube channel, mastersthandtrading.com, or just search Jonathan Rose on YouTube, and you'll find the MGNX trade. MGNX, April 23rd, but then our advanced noticed unusual options activity tool found gnarly unusual options activity. It was actually our number one name on May 8th. So the cool thing about this trade is we already got in MGNX. We got into this trade April 23rd, but then on May 8th, we got more unusual options activity. That, to me, is a confirmation that we are on the right side of this trade. MGNX, yesterday, Friday, pardon me, they released the results of their last study, in which they tested 81 people. Sadly, 5 of them didn't make it. Like literally didn't make it. So the stock went from 16 all the way down to 3. Right now it's rallying a little bit. But the question that I had for MGNX, it's a great question actually. Originally, the trade that we had, that's the cover. Originally, the trade that we had is right here. So it's 218 for the trade. And the trade is long a call and long a put. So here's your call. These are worth 0, okay? These are worth 0. Your put, your 15 put. The question is, Jonathan, why didn't you just cover the 15 put? Instead, what Jonathan did was he bought stock, MGNX. Why buy stock? Well, the 15 puts are right here, okay? Right now, they're 11.10 bid at 11.70. That's 60 cents difference between them, okay? Here, there's $1.40 difference. $1.40 on a one lot is $1,400. That's a lot of money. Sorry, it's $140. It's still a lot of money. It's just not as much as $1,400. Nevertheless, the reason that you buy stock, the reason why you buy stock is look at the bid and offer. There's 1 penny difference. Okay? If you go to the options, there's 70 cents difference. The reason we cover here is because if you're short, or if you're long the 15 puts, right? You're long one. If you're long one of the 15 puts, you're short 100 shares from 15. If I buy those at 367, I lock in 1233. Right? Because 15 minus 367 is going to be 1133, not 1233, 1133. The reason why we buy stock and not options is because of that liquidity. Very, very important. This kind of brings us into our gamma scalping example. You can cover your options using the underlying stock. It is such a valuable, important lesson that traders need to learn. But in a name like MGNX, if you're long the puts, you have no choice because the puts don't have the liquidity. That underlying stock has that liquidity. Now, for everybody that jumped on our all access pass that we've been offering, I want you guys to hang out. We're going to dive into this much deeper. For everybody else, thanks for watching, and we'll see you live tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern.
Join us every weekday at live.mastersintrading.com